Hi, it's Joanne. Today we're watching Andor Season 2, Episode 4, Ever Been to Ghorman? I thought the first few episodes of this show were fantastic. Terrible, terrifying, uncomfortable in all the right ways. I want to quickly say I've seen a lot of discourse around the scenes with Bix in the last episode, and Star Wars doesn't have this. I mean, it's always been there. There have always been undercurrents of this kind of behaviour that we can all immediately think of just because it wasn't shown. I'm never like particularly fond of actually having rape scenes in shows, and like especially when like how often a female character gets raped, like it's to progress her story or it's to make the man feel all angry, like, but in this it didn't happen. She fucking fought back and defeated her attacker, which was wonderful to watch. I mean, it was horrific to watch, but like watching her actually fight him off, yes. But the truth is, it was necessary in the sense that this is what totalitarian regimes do. This is what the right does. This is what regimes like this do. And it's very easy to sit there and say, no, I think the Empire, you know, I've had people in my comments before actually saying to me, well, you know, the Empire wasn't that bad. Like, the Empire, they were just another government. Like, really, like, I mean, the Empire wasn't that bad. And they were. They put on a veneer of civility and goodness. Underneath it, they're taking advantage of people left, right, and centre. And the same thing happens in our real world with our real governments. The same thing is happening in America, in the Middle East, in the UK, across the world, like in every single freaking part of the world, in Russia, in all places. People with power are abusing it, and governments like the Empire, and we have some that are forming like that in the real world, do these sorts of things. And we can't pretend they don't, because it makes it more comfortable for us. So anyway, pontificating over, I am excited and stressed to see what's happening in this year of Andor's life. He doesn't have long to live, does he? And that just makes me really sad whenever I think about it. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and let's go. Also, quick thing, I have adjusted my volume settings, so let me know if I'm too loud or like squeaky, if the episode volume doesn't work as well. And yeah, let's go. A lot of random thought I had while I was editing was in the first episode when Bix has that nightmare of the guy like there. I really hope that was just a nightmare and that they didn't like put something like, I think if they were tracking them somehow they would have found them by now, but it got into my head. I was like, what if they've like done something other than just trauma? For Baby Yoda 3. I know he's live for a while at this point. See, like, was that not a coincidental shot? Like, did they just activate something in her or something? I'm stressed. Okay? I'm stressed that they have done something to her more long term. Because I am team Bix gets a fucking break. Is she dreaming?
Everyone has their own rebellion. Right?
See, I'm not convinced these are just dreams. So is that like someone that they were on a mission somewhere, they were in hiding somewhere, someone saw their face and Cassian killed him because like they're trying to stay alive, you know, morally grey that we are all living in. But I don't think this dude popping up is just dreams or whatever, and it stresses me out because I am team Bix gets a fucking break.
Same thing again? Dr. Gorst?
I'm glad she has been talking about it, even if she doesn't want to right now. I feel like in this show you see the true reality and consequences of this kind of regimes, how it affects people, and of trying to fight back. Oh, yep, good old Ghorman.
There, you had it.
Don't worry about
What are
me.
they saying?
I'll try to remember. Here, Cyril, you'd found a woman.
Is his
actually
girlfriend
willing
doing
to
her evil
make a
plan
life
on
with
Ghorman?
you, and you just were a relationship, finally. All of it cast aside.
Oh, are they broken up? Or is he here with his girlfriend but she's here secretly?
I'm here. I see what I see. This place is hardly a threat to the Empire.
Is he
Don't
like
become too much of an individual.
a mole?
As
Like they know he's being listened in on, so he's acting like he's sympathetic to the Ghorman, so they'll trust him and he can feed them bad information because they want rebel groups making mistakes. Yeah, if it's all a ploy with him and Deirdre, everything's... He's a plant. Don't trust him. And obviously they have to try and take every lead they can. Didn't understand them before because they weren't speaking English.
He was a threat. He was a soldier.
Maybe you do need to talk
You
this
put on
through.
the uniform, you take your chances.
I should stop thinking.
It fades. I want to tell you it goes away forever, but I'd be lying.
I am glad they are discussing these things.
You and I are here now because he's dead. It had to be done.
It's not black and white, but we're living in the grey.
And why are we being so paranoid?
Just trying to protect us.
You mean me?
What's so wrong about that?
That's not up to us anymore.
You should be protecting each other.
You can't protect me.
This is the kind of situation where I want you to be taking over the
Doing this?
over precaution. Being overly
Living like
cautious.
this, I love you.
I do have
I
a
never
horrible
regret every
feeling
second
she's
that we
not
didn't
surviving
stick
this show.
together, but I'm trying not to count on anything, and I want to win. We have to.
You will. I don't know if you will be alive. I mean, he won't be alive to see it. I don't know if you will be alive to see it, but you will win. With an actually
Where are
secure
you?
channel, I'm sure.
You were careful.
Yes, you want a brief Portuguese?
No. You'll want more than that.
Constantly begging my people to stay calm and do nothing that might make things worse. Voting against the Emperor right now would be a total violation of that request.
It's an understandable position to be in, but it's not
Ghorman
one
cannot
that will
take the risk.
help anyone, including yourself, in the long run.
I'm sorry.
You used to tell me to wait.
Things are
Those
ramping
days are
up.
gone.
But if he doesn't
Up to
have
date
the
on a single
information,
sequence. Who was standing by?
can't bring information he doesn't have, and if he pushes too hard, he'll get caught, and if he gets caught, then you won't have him anymore.
He's an Imperial spy. Be careful.
It's not funny.
He is!
Can imagine how upset we would be to find out there's an Imperial military facility rising over the monument to the fallen.
Yes.
Ghorman's yearn for peace.
I'm so
and
intrigued to see if at any point he's actually
If
gonna,
you
like,
are writing a report,
feel for the people of
Make
Ghorman,
that
or if
your
he's just
headline.
gonna be a determined good little boy. Soldier.
Of who? Cara Ryland. Businessman, city official. He's running the Ghorman front.
Stupid Francis
way.
Poldark,
We never
whose
met.
name in this show I can never remember is there, and if he sees him, he'll recognize him.
Try to help. You have to go alone.
I have to think about that.
Yeah,
Think about
separation
this.
anxiety.
Think about the
So this is where he ended up.
Don't even need a spark, do you, boy? Do you? Boom! Burn from the outside.
I'm really glad I built this for you.
We should concentrate on the station you're planning to hit.
You teach them all. You know where we're going when I tell you.
But I need to leave tomorrow.
Really? Is that what you need?
There was an agreement. This was negotiated.
Not
I'll let
sure
our
this is
friend know
exactly
she's
the
being
place
taken care of. Until I get what I need.
where they honour deals. I don't entirely know anyone makes deals with them, really. I don't like the idea of them splitting up. I don't like the idea of either of them being anywhere alone without backup. I'm stressed that she's going to go for a walk in the park and get picked up on the camera. I'm stressed that he's going to get found out by Francis Poldark on Ghorman. And neither of them will have anyone else there to help back him up. A drug. Something to help her sleep. Oh, okay. So I remain on team give Bix a break. What I love about this show is the humanity of it all, which, given that we're not on Earth, is funny to say, but every single character is rounded and grey and messy in all the ways real people are. You know, Dedra and Francis Poldark. I think I knew his name in this show really briefly, and I genuinely can't remember it right now. I hope you know who I mean when I say Francis Poldark. They are working for the Empire. They are complicit. They are not good people, and they have seen enough to know that they are on the wrong side of things. But they're still three-dimensional characters, you still kind of find yourself interested in their relationship dynamics, and like it's just very well told. Also, the toll of war, the real life consequences of war on people, on civilizations, of colonialism on people and civilizations, it's really, really well shown in this. That, you know, it's very easy to paint something like the rebellion as heroic and noble and glorious, and you know, like, oh yeah, some people die and you cry for them, but then everyone gets up the next day and woof, we go and we fight. But the reality is much harder than that. The reality is making grey area decisions and pulling yourself out of bed to face another day, knowing that what you're doing is worth it in the long run. And that's a very important message to spread nowadays as well, because we are soon going to be needing to form our own rebellions, it would seem. But, you know, it's far easier to be complicit, or implicit submission is far easier to just say there's nothing I can do and just sit there. The brave thing to do is when you see your opportunity to stand up, to take it. The situation on Ghorman, I have a feeling, is going to end with Ghorman being crushed by the Empire. Maybe I'll be surprised, maybe it won't. You know, we're building up to the rebellion kicking into gear full scale. We know from Star Wars Rebels that it started off as a lot of disparate groups and eventually they did combine, but we're obviously not quite there yet. So I'm not thinking things look good for Ghorman. Stressed that Andor is going there because Frances Poldark is there. Stressed that Bix is on her own because she's having her nightmare issues, she's taking strange drugs, and she quite understandably is frustrated and wants to like go to the path, or like, you know, have a little bit of freedom and not constantly be living in fear. But I actually think this is a time when they should be operating from a place of fear, and they should not be going to the place with heavy surveillance, because they are very much wanted people. So I'm stressed. I'm just, this show is so well done, but it just leaves you feeling so uncomfortable and so stressed, and that's how you should be feeling. Like, if anyone watches this and they're like, what a relaxing thing to watch, there's something wrong with you. But yeah, fantastic show as always. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and thank you so much for watching.